Now, if you're like me and you didn't play during the Season of Opulence, you would have missed out on one of the best PvE shotguns this game has ever released, in my opinion at least, and that's the Empress Courtesy. The Empress Courtesy is a lightweight frame with Grave Robber, melee final blows reload this weapon's magazine from reserve, and 1-2 punch, hitting an enemy with every pellet in a shot increases melee damage for a short duration. Now, these two perks synergize really well with each other, as they are both melee focused perks, and these synergize with melee focused subclasses or builds such as Middle Tree Hammer and Top Tree Arcstrider. And in fact, I'm going to be using Top Tree Arcstrider for this video. Mainly because the Top Tree Arcstrider has Combination Blow, which means killing an enemy with the melee ability triggers health regeneration and increased melee damage temporarily, stacks up to 3 times. So this is really good, but I'm not here to talk about a sunset weapon. Instead, I'm here to talk about the Xenoclast IV, a weapon that was released during Beyond Light. Xenoclast IV is also a lightweight frame that can roll with Grave Robber and 1-2 punch. Okay, for this role specifically, I'm lucky to have Accurized Round and a Handling Masterwork. However, I'm even more fortunate to have Full Choke, which is reducing projectile spread when aiming down sights at the cost of precision damage. Now, precision damage is not really important on pellet shotguns, it's much more beneficial on slug shotguns, but I'll point out to you that Full Choke synergizes really well with 1-2 punch, as there's a tightened projectile spread. This will actually help you land more of your hits. So I'm going to use Top Tree Arcstrider's Combination Blow as well as Tractor Cannon. And I'm going to show you the build I'm going to be using in this Lost Sector boss specifically. So I have an Unleveled Tractor Cannon here, the Xenoclast, and I'll be using Melee Well Maker, which means power melee combatant final blow spawn elemental wells matching your subclass type. And I'll also be using Well of Ions, picking up an arc elemental well causes your next melee to deal increased damage. So right off the bat, this sounds like a really good build that would probably one-shot the boss and melt him instantly. However, it's not that simple, and I'll show you in just a second. I'm going to build up my combination blow charge here first by killing these wretches, and then I'm going to show you the damage I can do to the boss. And with 3 bursts, the boss is dead. So, you notice that actually I didn't apply the Tractor Cannon debuff despite hitting the boss. Some numbers came out, so that was a really odd occurrence. However, that aside, you don't necessarily need to use the Tractor Cannon to apply the debuff to actually get the kills. So, in a second, I'm actually going to show you how I use this 1-2 punch build in the raid, and I'm able to kill champions after stunning them, as well as do massive damage to certain boss level enemies during the raid. So here I am just building up some of the combination blow charges, as well as getting the melee well maker by picking up arc elemental wells. And you're gonna see how much damage I do to this knowledge keeper, or knowledge bearer rather. So if you notice that number, it was a golden number, which is actually caused because of the target being frozen. But either way, that just shows you how much damage it can do. Okay, moving forward, I'm going to show you, after establishing the same combination blow tree stack as well as the melee well maker, Well of Ions, I'm going to show you that after this abomination is done, I basically one-punch him. So this shows that you can really get up to some insane damage numbers right here. I just one-shot a champion. Well, it had to be stunned first, but I just one-shot a champion. So you may be wondering, where can I use this 1-2 punch build most effectively? And to that I would answer, you could use it basically anywhere you want, but it specifically shines in solo lost sectors, solo dungeons, and in certain instances solo raid encounters. Like, if you've seen many videos of people trying to solo Riven with the 1-2 punch shotgun and throwing hammers, yes, that's actually what they've been using. They've been using this kind of insane builds for increased melee damage. Now, you can actually get this shotgun in strikes. If you've been playing for the past few seasons, you might have gotten one if you're lucky, but I haven't had the luck, unfortunately, to get one of this to drop. However, with that being said, I actually got this Xenoclast IV this season. In fact, I got it on the first strike I ever played, which makes it sound like I have really good luck, because it basically gave me the PvE 5 out of 5 roll that I've always wanted to look for Xenoclast. So actually, if you want to get your hands on this now, you should go and try your hand at strikes, who knows, you may be very lucky, you may be getting a different barrel perk, or maybe you get one of the perks differently in the first two columns. But so long as you have Grave Robber and 1-2 punch, that's honestly all that really matters for a shotgun like this. So now I'm going to be moving on to the section which I think many of you may be more curious about, which is the Xenoclast IV good in PvP? Well, short answer, no, at least not the one I'm using, because the perk options don't really benefit the range that much. So I'm going to show you a few clips, and I'm just going to talk over some of them, which is basically me trying to use this. I've played 2 games with this shotgun before, well, quitting, because I feel that if I really wanted to play PvP with the shotgun, I should try my hand at a better perk combination, but I haven't had another Xenoclast drop for me since the first one dropped, so unlucky for me, I suppose. But in certain situations which I'll present before you, you can actually make the shotgun work. Like, you can catch people off guard, you can jump up much faster with the lightweight frame, and then you can catch them, well, really off guard. Most of the time you're just catching them off guard. However, most of the times if you're playing up against other better shotguns, Chaperone, or maybe even Fusion Rifle, like you probably see before you now, you will lose, and it doesn't take much thought for me to actually say that, well, those won't even win. I even tried to engage them, and then I realized that it's been actually a mistake, because it's not supposed to perform at that range. So to me, at least in PvP, I'm gonna give this about a 2.5 for the roll I'm using specifically. But if you get a better roll, then, well, it may change. The rating here may not be very accurately reflecting on what you would want to see, because, well, for me, the perk combination is not that good for PvP. So now, well, I suppose I'm just gonna end it here. That's really all I want to talk about. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below on what you would like to see next. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.